You've seen it on TV and you've read about it on websites and possibly even in the papers. The all-new Toyota Corolla Cross. That's right, a Toyota Corolla as a crossover. It slots in between the CHR and the Toyota RAV4, and we think it hits that sweet spot. It's available in two engine derivatives, a 1.8-litre four-cylinder petrol and a 1.8-litre petrol hybrid. The best part about it is, it's manufactured right here in South Africa. That's right, proudly South African. But let's find out a little more about what the Corolla Cross really is about. Inside, it's every bit as spacious as a regular Toyota Corolla, and a very high level of fit and finish. Soft touch elements, leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift boot down here. This XR model, and there are 3 grades to choose from, of course comes with the leather upholstery. It also gets the Toyota Safety Sense system, which has a couple of driver aids. But that's not to say that the other models are not safe. They've all got 5 airbags, ABS, EBD, VSC and a hill start. There's also ISOFIX in the rear for those with kids' seats. And this is a car that's really going to appeal to families. The overall trim level is very high. You are going to get a beautiful touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as wireless charging. Let's not forget about Toyota Connect, a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot in your Toyota Corolla Cross, so that everybody can stay connected. This is where the Toyota Corolla Cross is going to excel. It's in space. I have the driver's seat pretty much all the way back, and I've still got generous legroom here. Headroom is rather generous as well, and there's more than enough shoulder room. I could comfortably seat another 2 adults here. In the back, it's even more cavernous. If you thought that a Corolla had a great boot, you haven't seen the Toyota Corolla Cross yet. Hop into the boot and you're going to get no fewer than 440 litres of space back here. It has a nice low sill as well, which makes loading and unloading of luggage and groceries so easy. The petrol-powered Toyota Corolla Cross produces 103 kilowatts and 173 newton meters of torque. It sends the power to the front wheels through a CVT gearbox with 7 steps to make it feel a little more traditional in its approach. Driven nicely, you're going to get 6.8 litres per 100 kilometers from this 1.8 litre mill. But I'm really fascinated with that 1.8 litre petrol hybrid. So we're going to hop behind the wheel of that one and dive in a little deeper. Okay, here we go. Corolla Cross Hybrid. That's it, it's on. It's deathly quiet in here. That's because this runs a 1.8 litre petrol engine as well as an electric motor with batteries. Let's take it for a drive. And then the petrol engine kicks in. So you've got to think of this Corolla Cross Hybrid as a bit of a Prius on steroids. It uses very much the same system that the Prius uses, a petrol engine and an electric motor in series parallel configuration to provide, well, unrivaled fuel economy. So just because it's a hybrid doesn't mean that it's a slouch. No, you're actually going to get 73 kilowatts and 143 newton meters from the petrol engine alone, but then it is being complemented by that electric drivetrain. So you get an additional 53 kilowatts from that electric power plant. And it has the ability to switch backwards and forwards. So you can run 100% petrol, climbing up a hill maybe, or you can run 100% EV when you're coasting. Put your foot flat though, and you're going to get a total of 90 kilowatts. Now I know that the maths doesn't quite add up, But you see, that's because of the charging system. The CVT gearbox and a second electric motor work as generators, like an alternator kind of, generating power that it plumbs back into the batteries. That means that you don't have to worry about charging it because it's going to do all the charging on its own. It's going to take a little bit of power from the engine, it's going to use your braking, and it's going to use the friction generated when coasting to charge up the batteries. There's no plug-in power point here for this one. This one's going to do it all on its own. It'll seamlessly switch between petrol and electric, no matter what the situation or what the charge is. If you drive this one economically, you're going to get as little as 4.3 litres per 100 kilometres from what is essentially a compact SUV, a crossover. That is phenomenal real-world fuel consumption figures. But that's all the geeky stuff. What about the way that it drives? Is it boring to drive? No, I actually like this a lot. There's a few small touches that tell you that this is a Corolla Cross rather than just a regular Corolla. Besides the fact that you can see so much more out onto the road, the gauges are ever so slightly different, ever so slightly. It actually has a wonderful composure as well. Steering weight feels good. The brakes feel more than adequate, and it's rather comfortable too. This is a lovely, lovely machine. I think you can expect to see many, many more Toyota Corolla Crosses on the roads in South Africa. A proudly South African product that comes in at an attractive price with a badge that we all love. If you want to find out more about the Toyota Corolla Cross, be sure to search the news and reviews section of Auto Trader's website, where we'll give you facts, figures, and that all-important pricing.